Hi, my name is Lisa Friedman. I'm a licensed marriage family therapist, and today's presentation is called Freedom from the Food, Memoirs of a Survivor from Anorexia and Bulimia. Today I'm going to start out by telling you about my journey from anorexia and bulimia, and I'm qualified to do this presentation because I've recovered from both these diseases. I have 25 years of recovery, and I'm also a licensed professional in this area in Southern California in the Orange County area. I service both people in individual treatment and in family therapy. Some of the questions that need to be assessed when talking about eating disorders with people are reasons why people have eating disorders in the first place. And what is an eating disorder if it's not about weight? Okay. Eating disorders are anxiety disorders. They're not about food and weight whatsoever. And what are some of the positive coping techniques that we use to overcome eating disorders? Well, we like to make the list in black and white and as full as possible, so the person doesn't just have 3 options to go with and then they're out of luck. We want to make that list as long as possible so that if number 1 and 2 don't work on Monday, they still have number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to at their fingertips. I asked them to write this list down in black and white because when people have anxiety, there is no way they can possibly think, what did Lisa say to do again? That all goes out the window when they're having anxiety. So one of the first things I advise people to do is to practice deep breathing, which is taking a deep breath in through your nose, having your hands on your belly, and when you do this, your hands will rise because your diaphragm expands. You hold that for 5 to 10 seconds, and then you slowly let the air out, and your hands go back down, and then you repeat. You repeat that about 5 to 10 times. There's absolutely no way that you can physically have a panic attack while you're breathing this way. It may come back later in the day or tomorrow, but then you just repeat the exercise once again. Okay. Another thing you can do is what I call free writing. Free writing is different than journaling. Journaling, you just get a notebook out and you start out. It's 8 o'clock, this is what I did. At 9 o'clock, this is what I did. At 10 o'clock. And you may even want to share that with a friend, your husband, whomever. But free writing is not for sharing at all. You just put your pen to paper and start writing whatever comes out. It may not even be words. It could be about something that happened today, and it could be something that happened when you were 2 years old. It doesn't matter. There's no rights and there's no wrongs to free writing. The basis of free writing is to get that anxiety that's inside of you, that you're lugging around with you every single day. You want to process that and let it go for good. So once you're done with this free writing, whether you write 1 page, 2 page, or 10, you rip it out of the book, and then you either shred it up, you crush it up and throw it down your toilet bowl, but I don't pay the plumber bills, or you light it on fire to just release it. It's not for sharing with anybody, because we want to get you to the point where you're light and airy and free, so that you're not lugging this stuff around with you day to day like you are currently. Okay. Another thing that you can do is take a 5-minute brisk walk. And this is not to institute an exercise plan. This is very different than that. I just want you to go over a pace of a normal walk. So this is a brisk walk. It's not running, and you don't have to go for an hour. Okay, we'll talk about exercise later. But this is to burn off the nervous energy as well, so that you can sit down and do the free writing. Okay? Same thing, you're getting what's inside of you out of you and letting it go. Other techniques are listening to calm music. You can just sit and listen to it, or you can get it into a hot bubble bath and listen to it with your eyes closed, or light a candle and do the same thing. You can do what's called a special place, and a special place can be real or imaginary, a place that you've really gone to in your life, or a place that you've always dreamed of going to, but I've never been there. When you're in your special place, what I'd like you to do is focus in on your 5 senses. So that's smell, touch, taste, and sound. And that gets you out of the here and now and grounds you into the moment. So what do you see here right now? What do you hear here? What do you taste here? What do you smell here? If you're on the beach, do you feel the sun beating on your shoulders? Do you taste the ocean water? Do you see birds running back with the waves? Or do you focus on the children playing in the water? It doesn't matter. This is your time to ground yourself. When you go to your special place, it's important that you go alone. You don't go with your kids. You don't go with a friend, okay? Because it's your time to spend and just to be with yourself and get to know yourself and relax and calm down. A lot of people with anxiety do not do what I call self-care. And so not only are these anxiety-reducing skills, but they're self-care tools, which we have to start implementing into your life. The other thing you can do for a self-care technique is to call a friend. You know, you may be isolating a lot because of this anxiety or depression that you're experiencing. Okay, so those are some beginning techniques that you may want to start implementing as coping techniques to deal with your eating disorder and anxiety.